Alright boys, welcome back to another video. Knicks Daily here, coming at you guys again right after the game. Smash the like button, subscribe, man. We're trying to hit 8K subs ASAP. But the Knicks picked up a 128-98 victory Friday night over the Detroit Pistons. This game wasn't even close. We went up as much as 38. I mean, this is our 16th consecutive win over this Pistons team. I'm almost starting to feel bad for them. I mean, they just cannot find a way to beat us. Karl-Anthony Towns scored 21 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, also dished out 7 assists, had 2 steals and a block. Jalen Brunson led us, though, with 36 points, 14 of 22, 6 of 8 from 3. You guys remember in the last game when Brunson's shot was off, really this entire season, and there were some people that were starting to worry. Well, yeah, Brunson shut that down very, very quickly. His best game by far of the year. I mean, it is the Pistons. I'm not trying to overreact. Yeah, there's going to be a clickbait title, but let's just be real for a second. It's just another game for the Knicks. Find a way to win it, and then, of course, head to the next one, which, by the way, is going to be Monday night against the Rockets. Now, the Rockets are a much better team than the Pistons. They've got an elite-level defense, so the Knicks will have to be prepared for that one. But right now, everything's going pretty well. Yeah, we dropped 2 games. One of them, we were up double digits. The other game, it took the Celtics having an historic shooting night from 3 to be able to beat us. So I think this team will be just fine. You can see the chemistry is getting better. OG had a great game, 21 points, 6 assists, 4 boards, 2 steals. Anunoby, he doesn't always show up statistically in the box score, but he's always one of the more impactful players, not only on the team, but in the entire league. Just his defense, being able to switch screens and be a pest out there, get into the passing lane. Very good game for him. If he can stay healthy this season, the Knicks are going to have a great chance to win the championship. Everyone's going to talk about Brunson, Bridges, and Cat, but OG is just as important to us as anyone, if we're being completely honest. And speaking of Mikal, 3 of 6 from 3, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, a block, and of course, just attacking the basket, but also just being in the corner off of a Brunson drive. That's why I was so excited about Mikal. If you guys didn't know, I had him number 1 on my offseason wish list. I didn't think he would be realistic, right? I never thought in a million years he'd be a Knick. But the reason why I wanted Bridges is, for one, he might be the best catch and shoot corner 3-point shooter in the league, but of course his ability to also switch everything, be a pest out there against Tatum and Brown if we match up with them in the conference finals or just in the playoffs in general. Who really knows how it's going to shape out. But Bridges, I was a little bit nervous about him in the preseason. I wasn't one of those guys saying, man, we traded 5 first-round picks. I wasn't one of those guys, but I was worried about his shot because he changed it. But I mean, really, since the beginning, not really the beginning of the season, but ever since the second half of the Celtics game and thereafter, I mean, Bridges has just been the same old Bridges. He's crushing it. And on the season, I mean, he really hasn't missed much from 3. I mean, he came into this game shooting, what was it, like 36% from 3, and that's going to go up after shooting 50% tonight. So kudos to him, man. He killed it. And then last but certainly not least, Josh Hart, 13 points. He just scored in the 4th quarter to get to double digits, meaning that everyone in the starting 5 scored 10 plus. But Hart, he also went out there. He had 9 boards and 4 assists. It's crazy because Hart only had 9 rebounds. I mean, how often do we look at a 6'4" guard and say that he only grabbed 9 rebounds? That's just the level of expectation that Hart has set on himself at this point. I mean, he came into this game averaging over 10 boards a night. So, but yeah, credit to him. By the way, that's 20th in the league. He's 6'4" and he's 20th in the league in rebounding. It's just ridiculous. In terms of the bench, Jericho Sims saw 16 minutes, grabbed 6 boards. Didn't score, so I mean, just a typical Sims game where he's just out there to grab rebounds and assess screens, doing his job. Porty, Kolek, and looking at Pacome Dadier and also Jacob Toppin, they came in with 5 minutes left, and they were just a 0 in the plus and minus. They kind of just did what they were supposed to just to get some run. But Miles McBride, guys, was amazing. He was a plus 14. He had 10 points in 28 minutes. Now, he didn't shoot the ball well. Back-to-back games for McBride where he didn't shoot it well. Like, the Knicks they've shot the ball so well. I mean, there hasn't been a game this year that, as I crack my knuckle, wow. There hasn't been a game really this year where we didn't shoot it well. I mean, the Cavs game, what did we shoot in that one? The Knicks ended up shooting, I guess it was the Cavs game. Well, the Cavs game is frustrating because we didn't start off the game shooting it poorly. It's just for some reason, late in this game, we just could not find the bucket, man. It's kind of frustrating. Or I think it was 58%. I'm going to pull that up just to fact check it. But weren't we at like 58 or 55%? We were at one point at 58%. So that's really good job there. Yeah, just for the Knicks, it's just about really just getting the consistency down and getting accustomed to playing with one another. I don't think there's any Knicks fan listening right now that doesn't think we can win the championship. Now, maybe you're not the biggest Tibbs fan, the biggest Cat fan, but this team has the potential to win it. just because they've got Jalen Brunson, they've got Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. I mean, from a talent perspective, from an injury perspective, okay, I'll give you that. But just from a pure talent, I don't know if there's any roster better in the league than this, because our starting five, again, we've got Brunson, who's a top 5 player, in my opinion. Cat is one of the best players. We've got Anunoby, Bridges, just in terms of impact in the game. I would say they're like borderline all-star type of players. And Josh Hart, who's our worst starter, a guy that might average a double-double this year, who just gives you that dog and just relentless tenacity, attacking the basket and just attacking the boards and getting out in transition and diving for loose balls. He led the league last season in loose balls recovered. And then our bench, Campaign, Miles McBride, Precious Achua, Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shaman. Our bench is going to be really, really good. We saw that in the preseason, how well it played. It even impressed me. I thought our bench would be very, very solid, but it played literally lights out, and I can't wait for it. And of course, we've got the young guys too, who have already come in and really shown a lot of promise. Bacom Diadier ended up knocking down a mid-range jumper. Tyler Kolek was 2 of 3. Hook Porty didn't really do too much. Ended up committing 2 fouls and had a turnover as well. Well, he had one of the fouls was give up an and one dunk, but you got to respect him for getting down the court after a turnover and trying to block a shot and make a play. So I mean, I really do love the young guys on this team. I think maybe my one concern with the Knicks is going to be health, because we saw Cat check in when we were up 30 points with 7 minutes to play. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, obviously I don't have the ability to talk to head coach Tom Thibodeau, but if I was able to, I would ask him straight up, be like, why is Cat, one of our franchise players, checking in up 30 points against the Pistons with 7 minutes to play? I mean, if he goes down with an injury, like an ACL or something, or an Achilles, I mean, our season is done. Like, if Cat goes down, we have 0% chance to win the championship. Let's just be honest, right? So I'm not really sure about that, especially when we've got a guy like an Eric Porty, who, why not throw him out there and give him 7 minutes and see what he can do? But I mean, to that point, just kind of nitpicking. Nobody got injured in this game for the Knicks, thankfully. I guess Josh Hart technically did. He rolled his ankle a couple of times, but Hart's a warrior. It's really difficult for him to miss time, to miss minutes. He played 42 the last game, 37 in this one, and it's just nonstop energy too, right? It's not like you don't see Hart with his hands on his knees sitting in the corner. He's always doing something, man. I mean, I just love this team. I mean, this is by far the best Knicks team that I've been a fan of since I've been alive. I mean, there hasn't been that many good teams, but like last year we were good, 13 we were good, and then that kind of Mickey Mouse Randall type of year where we overachieved and lost to the Hawks. That team was all right, but D Rose too. Shout out D Rose. Yeah, that's really all I got for you guys, man. Smash the like button, subscribe. Like I said, we're trying to AK ASAP, man. Peace.